What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and you're tapped into Continue or Nah, which is a series that I created where I let you know whether you should add a series to your list or if you should throw it in the trash and find something else to watch or read. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about Dark Gathering. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Dark Gathering. So Dark Gathering is a Japanese manga series, now an anime series as well, which is written and illustrated by Kenshi Kodo. The series actually debuted back in July of 2023. I recently saw it about a few weeks ago. I got bored. I saw that it was on Hulu and I said, well, let me see what this is about. And you know what? I actually enjoyed it. I think would be a good series to watch during Halloween. And that's low-key the reason why I wanted to talk about it. Since Halloween is coming up, you know, the month of September is almost over. I'm currently curating my October watch list in conjunction with me watching, is it 30 nights or is it 13 nights? Either way, y'all know what they do on Freeform. It used to be ABC Family, where every night they show a Halloween special. In conjunction with me watching that, I'm also making my own list of like shows I want to watch throughout the day. And I feel like Dark Gathering can be added to a lot of people's list. So, if you are not an anime watcher but a manga reader, currently there are 16 volumes of Dark Gathering, and the show is still going on as it states today. The actual series, if you want to watch it on Hulu, has all 25 episodes and just season 1. Now, I tried to do some digging to see if there was going to be a season 2. I'm hoping that there's a season 2 because of the way that the show ended on a cliffhanger. But let's get into what this show is about and a few of the characters. So let's get into this plot. So Dark Gathering is a manga / anime series that is about a young man named Keitaro who joins forces with a child prodigy named Yayoi to capture dangerous spirits in Japan. So when I describe this show to people who wonder what I'm talking about, I say it's like homicidal Pokemon, pretty much. You have this little girl named Yayoi who has these dolls that she uses to capture homicidal deranged spirits in order to battle other homicidal deranged spirits so she can capture them. Okay, so if you see a little girl with 4 pupils and purple hair on your street, run in the other direction. Better yet, get out of the city, get out of the country, because what's ever there, it's possibly about to wipe everybody out. So let's start off with talking about our characters singularly. So you have Keitaro. So Keitaro is a young man who was cursed. He has this curse in his right hand, and he has this natural disposition of like attracting ghosts. He tries his best not to draw any attention to himself. After there was this encounter, him and his friend Aiko went into this haunted like apartment complex when they were like in the 7th or 6th grade, and then they got attacked. He got cursed, so did she. And Keitaro became a shut-in. With some years of therapy and with the help of Aiko, Keitaro was able to decide on his own to re-socialize back into society. He then ends up meeting Yayoi, who is Aiko's cousin. We find out that Yayoi is basically, she's an OP little kid, okay? Yayoi is like possibly 7 or 8 years old, but when I tell you she plays no games in this series, she's scared of nothing and no one. Old girl said, I'm here to take down God, and I believe her. So when Yayoi was a little kid, her and her family got into this horrible accident. You end up finding out that the accident was actually caused by this spirit who ended up taking her mother's soul. So the whole goal of Yayoi's plan, or why she is doing what she's doing by capturing these spirits and putting them in these dolls, is to create an army big enough and strong enough to help her go up against this spirit that originally killed both of her parents. So there seems to be 3 major arching plots going on throughout the entire series. The first being Yayoi's goal as to capturing all these, murderous and homicidal spirits in order to build an army to go up against the being that took her mother's soul. Then you now have, they introduce in the middle of the series, this corrupt, exorcist priest society that seems to be working in conjunction with the being that took Yayoi's mother's soul, but they did not flesh that out in season 1. We just know that they're not good people. Okay, they're not good people, but they seem to be in a corrupt organization that is now on the tails of Yayoi and Keitaro and Eiko. And then we do get introduced to this other teenager by the name of Ayo, who is cursed with being unlucky because she is betrothed to this deranged homicidal god who has this bond or this contract with her family that every girl is meant to be his wife and will become his wife at the age of 20. So Yayoi is now trying to save this girl that now has become her friend. So throughout the series, you see them collecting these spirits, fighting off these spirits, and it was actually interesting. The reason why I liken it to Pokemon is because when they do battle with these spirits, Yayoi is just throwing these dolls everywhere, ripping the heads off, and these spirits are running out like Pokemon, ready for battle. And it's actually really interesting, especially when they start to detail what these spirits can do and how they came to be these cursed and deranged spirits. It really is a good watch. I would definitely give it, if I had to rate it, a 7 out of 10. If you like something to have like this background noise while you work and you're into like horror and stuff like that, definitely put this in. I will say it is gory. And as the series continues, or as the episodes continue, they start to get darker and darker and darker, okay? And there is a lot of dark themes as the series continues that they talk about. They talk about all different forms of abuse. They also talk about people that unalive themselves. You have murder. It's a mixed bag of horror, but to me it was very interesting, and I definitely think I'm going to be watching this series again during October and adding it to my Halloween watch list. So I think that's all I have for you today, because I know if I keep talking, I'm going to spoil everything, and I don't want to do that. So as always, remember to be bravely authentic, and definitely hop down in the comments below and please share your thoughts with me on if you have watched this series or if you actually read the manga. I would like to hear you out. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.